Hey, Shalom, Israel. First off, I would like to say, Call Halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakwadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Also would like to say peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the Akim, that's pushing his word in all sincerity and faith throughout the four corners of the earth. For the few sisters that watch and sincerely believe, Shalom to you as well. Just another pick of the day or pick of the week, topic of the week. One body in Yahweh Shah. And yes, I am saying the actual name of the Israelite camp I'm talking about. One body in Yahweh Shah. I don't know if it's the main the head of the camp or whoever, but he made a video basically indirectly saying, you know, you got Israelite camps out there who don't like to go to these hoods, these ghettos where our people are at to preach the word. They would rather just go to so-called safe places that they deem, you know, to preach the word, where they don't have that risk of something happening. You know, I guess that's the implication that was being made. I don't know what level of carnality, you know, he's drawing in his mind, you know, by saying that the brothers of Great Millstone or any other Israelite camp out there, you know, the reason they don't come to the hood is because they're somehow scared. They're afraid to do what they're doing. When any man that's teaching the correct doctrine wherever he's at, if he has the wherewithal to get out openly and confess his faith, you know, that's a very courageous task. So I don't know what the hell this dude's talking about, but I really want to address something that I've noticed in Israel, and really it's just I guess a theme of this whole generation that it's just a real troll sneak diss culture. I mean, as old as this dude was, man, he could have been open and direct about who he was talking about, which I can't assume that he's only speaking about Great Millstone only. There could be other Israelite camps that this applies to that he was speaking to, but time will figure it out. The point is, like, when Great Millstone, when the apostles get on certain guys and groups, they name names to be specific, you know, because that's how reproach and rebuke is supposed to be delivered, man. Not indirectly, not sneak dissing, not being a hoe and going in a roundabout way to talk about who you're trying to get a message or point to, you know. And this is what these guys are doing, you know. So that's the aspect I'm going to come, because brothers making beautiful videos just as response rebuttals. This is just my 2 cents. I'm going to start here in Proverbs 27:5. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love. And a lot of the times when the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone have to get on these characters and these other Israelite camps, is all doctrine based. It's all based on the doctrine and the breakdown of the scriptures not being correctly performed. So then the elders and the apostles, they have obligation through the Spirit as stewards of the gospel, as stewards of the ministry, to say something, to rebuke. And they do it in all directness and all austerity, man. They don't indirectly just talk about somebody or get on somebody if the Spirit has it to where they need to get on somebody about any given topic, you know, or issue. But that's what these guys are doing, man. But the scripture says open rebuke is better than secret love. So if you're really compelled in your mind and you feel in our spirit that we should be preaching wherever you think we should be preaching, at least if you're sincere, if you are a brother, as y'all try to proclaim, be directly honest about who you're talking about. Because he just kept saying, you know, you got these Israelite groups, you know, just being real indirect, just being real flaky, just acting like a hoe, man, on that sneak diss tip. And men of the Lord, at the end of the day, they don't come in that spirit. And I'm not saying he's not a man of the Lord, but it's just certain things are gonna play out the way that they need to play out for those to line up in the lots that they're gonna line up in. That's all I wanted to get on that. You know, I'm gonna get another scripture real quick, just to back up some points I've been making. Because men are supposed to just be straight up with one another. Even Matthew the 18th chapter, it talks about. I'm roughly paraphrasing, when things come up within the body, you maybe have certain men that have a disagreement or, you know, all with one another about something. There's a specific way to handle it. For the first, if it's just one or two parties, If a man feels a certain way about another man, he's supposed to go to that man and let him know. You know, it's a certain order, just as being a man, a certain etiquette that you're supposed to display if you do have a problem with something that your brother's doing wrong, man. But the real men of the Lord ain't gonna be indirect. That's the point I wanted to make in saying what I was saying. But I'm trying to find this other scripture, Salakia. It's in Matthew 5. It's all the way in 37. Salakia. This is Matthew 5 and 37. It says, but let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. And the point in me getting that is to say that you should be straightforward with your speech, man. Not doing all of that damn filibustering and lap dancing and, beating around the bush and tap dancing and not getting to the point. I said lap dancing, I meant tap dancing, and not getting to the point, man. Being very direct. That's how a man speaks, where there ain't no confusion. Esau the devil, he speaks with a forked tongue and all semantics and you all of these different interpretations, to where you gotta figure things out and it's just a mystery. Where reproof, if you get to know somebody and you talking about something, you wanna be direct as possible about who the hell you talking about, man. Or it's just a general message. Maybe it was a general message. I don't know. But, it sounds like a sneak diss just because that's just the spirit that these guys is coming in, man. We're in a whole new generation, man. This generation, hey, that's why Yahweh Shah said this is an adulterous and sinful generation. Like I cannot wait till the Lord to intervene and just set everything at right. Because you got some guys that proclaim to be men of the Lord that are portraying behavior like this. And then on top of all of that, all of these scriptures that brothers been bringing out that they obviously have overlooked, man. I know me, my small time in the faith, like going on like 9 years, man. I've only heard about these guys come to age within the last few years, man. So they acting like they've been on the block, which if they have, hey, it is what it is. But, it's just certain things that's been laid out to play out the way that they play, And I know that the elders in the Great Millstone Dallas camp, they've been all over this city, man. It's just the truth of the matter, man. It ain't even on no braggadocious dumb shit, man. It's just facts do apply to situations, whether you like it, believe it or not. And them so-called hoods with Jake is over there just languishing in, man. Them hoods are played the hell out, man. But I'm going to just get this last scripture because obviously they haven't read or understand this scripture. This is Proverbs 1:20. It says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Okay, so we know what wisdom, if you proclaim to have this knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, if you have faith, there's certain things that you're going to do. You're going to go out, preach. You're going to go out and confess the testimony. So that's wisdom crying in the street, but it's going to get specific. It says she cried in the chief place of concourse. It says in the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her words. So those men that are sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst of the land, that are speaking wisdom, they're crying in the chief place of concourse, meaning the downtown, right in the epicenter, right in the concourse, because concourse means with course. Because when you downtown too, it's just all different directions and different current flows of people traffic, man, that you have to deal with and have discourse. Just like the prophets of old during the time of the Acts, when Paul spoke, when Yahweh Shah spoke, riots and stuff broke out. So they had to be in a place where it was a lot of people, like the marketplace, I mean, this is just core knowledge, man. The prophets weren't just confined to just go and just tattered ghettos, man, and slums where Jake dwell, because our people, like the prophecy says, would be scattered among all nations and all people. And even within that, Jake is into all different philosophies. So you got Jake, especially here in Dallas and uptown, downtown, Deep Ellum, Greenville. I mean, it's just different places where people in general are, but even just who he wants to call Jake in Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Dallas is a big city. It's more to it than just MLK or whatever the hell this dude was saying we supposed to be preaching. But I'm not going to go into it. I just want to really just speak my two piece on the sneak dissing, man, because if you proclaim the men of the Lord, you got to be direct about about who the hell you talking about. And he just kept saying, you got some Israelite camps out there, that's scared to come to the hood. We got to come out, making it seem like they just got to take on that big daunting task, man. You niggas got the game really played the hell out, man. And I know Elder Ariala, he was in the spirit, he was saying that you dudes really don't want to deal with no smoke. If your doctrine is truly tested to where you're going to actually have to explain and give a thorough breakdown based on your study. You niggas, you ain't on that level to be in that type of heat. So that's why you throw that out there as a shot at us. But hey, if it remains to be seen if that's the case or not. But that's just my two piece based on how everything's playing out at this point. So hopefully this made sense and edified. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, B'Krakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, peace and blessings to the elect.